everybody, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. And welcome back to day 2 of my Vlogmas. You guys coined the term freyleyce, and nothing could be more perfect, so welcome to day 2 of freyleyce. Today's video is gonna be a fun one. I made a spicy book recommendation video back in like February, I think, and since then I kind of stayed away from the word spicy because during my brief time on TikTok, I learned that people are very sensitive about that, and my inner people pleaser was like, maybe just don't use that word. Plus, whenever I think, oh, that was a spicy book, I'm like, what if anyone else doesn't think that? So, you know, I decided to let go of that today because I wanted to do a video that I think you guys would really enjoy. And so today I'm going to be going over the top 10 spiciest books that I have read in 2022. Like I said, my freyleyce would be filled with a lot of end of the year content because now's the perfect time for it. Like, this is a video that you guys are gonna love. But I also had a fun time going down memory lane to get some of these books. But I wanna, before we get into it, just clarify what spicy means to me. These are my top 10 spicy books. These are the books that I read that I found spicy. And my definition of spicy is a little bit different. So instead of it being like the most smuttiest shit I've ever read, it's a mixture of like the smut, yes, and the like class and sophistication of pulling that smut off. Like, there's just some heroes that do it better, you know? Those ones are the ones that are going to be in today's video. There's obviously going to be smut in these books, obviously. I'm not saying these are like the most smuttiest books ever, but I'm saying that the chemistry in here was done really well. The smut in here was done really well. The spicy scenes, whatever, it was done really well, but the hero was also really hot and really spicy himself, minus the sex scenes. Like, his sex appeal was really hot. So now that I'm done justifying my reasons for these books to be spicy, we're gonna get into them. I wanted to clarify though, this is my definition of like hot and spicy, okay? These are gonna be my favorite books, the top 10 reads of 22 if you're looking for a spicy book. So let's get into them. I have 10 to get through and I think you guys are gonna like them. Okay, first up, an OG. And I keep justifying why I include this duet in any of my end of year videos, but the second part of this duet came out in January, okay? 2022. So I'm talking about the Cat and Mouse duet by H.D. Carlton. I feel like this is in so many people's top books, just period. Even if it was spicy, even if it was dark, whatever, top books for sure. I actually recommended this book in my spicy book recommendation video. And I would totally be willing to do like a part 2 to that, even like a smutty book recommendation video if you guys wanted. So let me know. And of course, whatever you guys say, I'm making that a priority for my 2023 plans. So yeah, Hunting Adeline, talk about the duet itself, but Hunting Adeline is the one that I read in 2022 when it came out. So this follows Zaid and Adeline. Zaid is kind of like a vigilante, and Adeline is an author who just moved into her grandma's creepy haunted mansion, and he starts stalking her because there's just something about her that he cannot let go of, and he wants to have her. And it takes her a bit to come to the realization that she wants him too, but once they do, this is just like the hottest shit ever. Zaid Meadows, I know you guys are with me. He is so hot. Like, truly. Zaid Meadows is unmatched in my opinion. He is everything to me. He is one of my favorite heroes of all time. The way that he is just like, Adeline will be mine. It was like so hot, but also I feel like H.D. Carlton wrote him perfectly in the way that even though he's an anti-hero, even though he's just a stalker, all that shit, he is like doing so much good for the world, and the job that he does is so heavy and like so important, and I was just like, whatever you say, buddy, because that is just like so honorable. And even though I know he's a fucking book character, I found him very honorable, very hot, and very spicy. His book also is long, but it's smutty, and particularly you have breath play, gun play, knife play, I'm not too sure, but I feel like it's in here somewhere, and just overall a like darker side of smut, and oh my god, it was so fucking good. So definitely the top one I had to mention here. I had to start it off with that one. I feel like everyone knows how good this fucking book is. But the next one is The Controversial Princess by Jodi Ellen Malpaz, and I want to start off by saying this one is one of those that isn't as smutty as like Haunting Adeline. This one is one of those that is just so fucking hot though. Like, not a lot of smut, there's a fair amount to start off with, but it's just so fucking hot. Hero in this one, his name is Josh, but stay with me for a second, okay? Because the heroine, Adeline, also, actually, that's kind of funny, is a British princess, and Josh is like the all-American actor, you know, like kind of like a playboy, kind of like a all-American kind of type, you know, and Josh just suits him. So that's why I was fine with his name being Josh. Their chemistry is why they deserve to be on this list. They are so hot together. He is so protective of her, and even though she has like bodyguards, she's a princess, she knows her shit, right? He's just like, no, I'll be there for you. Like, my security's gonna come in too. And I'm just like, yes, whatever you fucking say, buddy. And when I say buddy, I mean that in a hot way, guys. It kind of just rolls off the tongue easier, you know? But yeah, Josh, oh my god, so hot. And their first sex scene in here, or like their sex scenes period, oh my god, it's a forbidden romance because like she's a princess and he is an actor, like lowly actor, even though he's like top of Hollywood in the book. But anyway, the royal family deems that she should not be with him, and it's like sneaking around, dodging their bodyguards, and oh my god, it's so good. Because of that forbiddenness, the chemistry and the tension is so much better. And yeah, it deserves to be on this list because it was so hot. Josh, his like personality and his alpha like male, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's so good, and that's why he's on this list. It's not a book I've talked about before, actually. This is a fresh one here, but I just feel like I needed to because Josh, I don't know what his last name is, or else I'd say his full name, but Josh. Okay, one that is really smutty and really spicy. I wanted to give y'all a mixture here, but this one, it's the first one that came to mind when I was making this list. I was like, yes, this is so smutty, this is so hot. It's one of the steamiest books. There we go. Well, like, there's smut, there's steam, and there's spice. Spice is more like kinky. Steam is more like a lot of sex scenes, and smut is just like, oh, this was such a good sex scene, you know? Okay, that's my criteria here. But this one is really steamy, also really spicy, also really smutty. So it ticks all the boxes. This is Make Me by Summer O'Toole. This is a Irish and Italian mafia romance. The heroine is a stalker in this one, and she thinks that he's involved in her friend's disappearance and murder, so she is going to get that out of him. She's not a great stalker, she's not a great interrogator, but you know, we'll let her think she is. They start off with this like really teasing dynamic, kind of with a lot of chemistry. She's like, I'm stalking you, and he's like, yeah, I know that, I can see you, you're not great at this. And you know, it's just a really cute dynamic to start off with, and then once they get together, it's just like an explosion, because there's like literally not every single kink you can think of. I'm going to save that for another book in here, but there's just a lot of steam, a lot of smut, a lot of spice. You have daddy kink, you have breath play, you have just degradation, praise kink, just rough sex, and just it was so good. I really enjoyed it. The smut though, it was great. It was great. Y'all weren't lying when y'all said this was great. This one is one that is the smuttiest, the steamiest, the kinkiest on this list, and that is Losers by Harley LaRue. This is based on her novella The Dare, and it's kind of like more expanded, and it is everything. So it's a long book, and it's also a duet, so if you don't like longer books and more character-based books, then this isn't really the one for you, because it's full of a lot of characters and a lot of smut. And that's basically all it is. There's not really any like mafia shit in here. There's not really any action, stuff like that, but yeah, the smut in this one, unmatched in my opinion, guys. It was so good. The kink list, let's talk about that. So the kink list, a mile long. You have degradation, and you have like sub-dom kind of vibes, but like with all of them, because it's also a reverse harem. There's 4 guys and 1 girl, and there's also sharing within that reverse harem. So I don't really know how to like describe this, but there's MM scenes, there's MMF scenes, there's MFM scenes. They all love each other. Let's just say it like that. And that is so beautiful, guys, honestly. Chemistry and the dynamic between all of them, unmatched. But particularly the kink list, when you have that many characters all in a sex scene, there's gonna be like everything, right? Everything. I can't even make a list of these kinks because that's how long it is. So if you're looking for a smutty one, if you're looking for a great book, a great read, one that like you can cozy up by the fire with and it won't make your heart race, you know, it's like one of those books that I feel like would be perfect for winter, right next to the fire with your blanket. You're just doing some relaxing reading. You're not ready for like a mafia shootout or a fucking street race, okay? You're just ready to cozy up with a book, and you want it to be good and you want it to be smutty. This is the one. Next up, I have 2 by Rena Kent, and one of them isn't on this list, but I can't tell you which one isn't on the list, so I just put in them both. If you included both of them here, it would make this list 11, but one of them is on this list, one of them is an honorable mention. I'm not going to tell you which one because I don't know. God of Pain and God of Malice by Rena Kent. Yeah, so this is another mafia romance. It's more college level, and it's a series of like 5 books, I think, and it follows a new couple each book. Also a bit of a longer book, and it follows like 2 rivaling colleges who both have a lot of characters from the mafia and Rena Kent's other books. So God of Malice, this one is more just like really rough sex, to be honest. I don't think there's like a really specific kink in this one, but in the second one, it's called God of Pain. pain, guys. That's what it is, okay? I think it is probably my favorite from the series. I don't know, God of Malice and God of Pain are really, really close. I don't really know, but for the smut, I would probably say God of Pain, because there's like degradation, there's like pain kink. I'm sure there's a more fancy name for that, but we're just gonna call it that. And the Grumpy Sunshine dynamic and the like cold, broody hero that is Creighton is just perfect for all the sex scenes that you would want in this book, and I loved it. So I guess we're gonna actually go with God of Pain for this one, because I found it to be a little bit more smutty and I enjoyed the smut a bit more. But God of Malice, honorable shout out, loved it too. Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. This one, it also has the like fear kink. It's really pissing me off that I don't remember what it's called, but anyway, this one is one of those like mystery romances. So there's a lot of mystery, there's a lot of secrets. It's giving like what a secret society or mafia romance would give, but like without that, you know? So they actually meet when they're like on the beach or something. They are the hero in this one, Enzo, he is like a marine biologist, and then the heroine is just living her life, honestly. She's had quite a tumultuous past, and so she actually goes around stealing people's identities so that she can like spend their money and shit, and she does that to him, and then they get stuck on an island together. So Grumpy Sunshine, well, tons of chemistry, hate to love, like it's just a burning flame of chemistry, and when that finally erupts, like literally, guys, oh my god, add the fact that they're also stuck on an island, yeah, an explosion, okay? And actually, I'm gonna pull out the book, because I do actually have it. Here it is, it's right here. We're gonna read the kink list together, because it's pissed me off that I can't like tell you all of them. So first up, the dedication says, "Step aside, baby shark, daddy shark is here now." I laughed at that, let's say that. Okay, it's called, oh fuck me, atossophilia, whatever the fuck, however the fuck you say that. I did my best, please don't make fun of me. Arousal by risk of being killed. That is what I've been trying to say, but it has a sadomachoism. Also, definitely missaid that. I don't know why the fancy word for kinks have to have such a long fucking word in them, but it also has breath play and degradation. There we go, there's the list, guys. Bitter Heat by Mia Knight. This one, it's on here because of the chemistry and the tension between James and the heroine, who I can't remember her name, but this one, it's a second chance kind of thing. They were actually married, but like in an arranged marriage that they weren't happy in, and then they left with a lot of like bad feelings when they split. Like they didn't have a great split, and then they have to give it another shot because they're forced to be in the same proximity as each other. So that tension, first up, she fucking hates him, he fucking hates her, and that chemistry is just like, I'm tempted to say unmatched, guys. It's one of the like most tension-filled, angsty books I've read in a while, and because of that, when they finally have a sex scene, it's just like a fucking explosion. So that's what I mean when I say these are the smuttiest and hottest books I've read. There's so many factors that play into the chemistry and dynamic between them other than just the sex, and this is one that I feel like it was done so well, because when it came to that sex scene, oh guys, it was an explosion. So this one just has like really, really rough sex in it. This doesn't have a huge kink list on this one, but it's just such an explosion, and it's so hot, and I love it. Also, I love the characters. That probably adds to why I love this book so much, and why I think it's one of the smuttiest and hottest books I've read. And yeah, also, if you read it soon or within like the next few weeks, book 2 is coming out in January. It was published in 2019, the first one, Bitter Heat, and then Bitter Secrets is finally coming out in 2023, and I'm very excited. You know, I'll be fucking jumping on that book. But yeah, definitely give it a shot. It's very hot. I love the chemistry between them, so that's why you need to give it a shot. Vibe by Liza James. I wanted to give a special shout out to a sapphic romance on here, because I feel like it just needs to be said more. It does, okay? And Vibe by Liza James is one that I felt did it best. I read like 5 or maybe a few more sapphic romances this year, as many dark sapphic books that I could get my hands on, and this one did it best. So this follows Ruby and Aurora, I think, and they both have so much past, and they're really like gone through a lot as characters, and they see each other in a club. One of them has a boyfriend at the time, but they just cannot keep their hands off each other, and they're just like exactly what each other needs. Like they are so perfect for each other, you cannot tell me any different. Yeah, they're so perfect for each other. And so the fact that I'm pretty sure it's Aurora has a boyfriend at the time, it makes it forbidden, right? And there is cheating in this one, which honestly I didn't give a fuck about, because her boyfriend was a shit person and a shit boyfriend. They do hook up before she's broken up with him, and that part was so hot. But I don't know, just the combined like darkness and smut of this book made for a perfect combo for me. I really enjoyed it. It's a sapphic romance, and I feel like I wouldn't be me if I didn't give a special shout out to a sapphic romance, because I just need to include those more in my videos. Not a lot of creators do, so I will be one of them that does. And yeah, that's why I want to give a special shout out to Vibe by Liza James. Okay, next is Mischief Night by Delaney Foster, and these next two, they have specific reasons to be on this list. This one being, actually I'll tell you that in a bit once I give you the rundown of the characters. So this is a secret society series. Imagine the Devil's Night series, but a little bit more new adult, I guess. So it's very similar to the Devil's Night series, and it's basically got all the same plot as that, just a little bit different. So if you liked one, you'll like the other, vice versa. But yeah, it's a bit more high school, and this one specifically follows a ballerina heroine and a really like anti-heroed hero. I don't know. There's a bit of an age gap too, and so some people might not like it because she's like, I think just turned 18 or maybe a few months underage. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the hero's name is Caspian in this one, or something like that. I just found him really, really hot, and he like knew that she was his. He was very certain in that. He was a bit of an anti-hero in the way that like he's like, you're mine, and that's it. You know, he had decided before she even knew. So in one of the ways that he decided that she was his, when he was forced to be away from her for secret society reasons, he proceeded to send her a like dildo molded to his dick, and so she could always have a part of him. Even when he was gone, she would always have a part of him when she needed it. And it sounds hilarious, but guys, it made for some awesome steam, because like when he came back and he's like, did you use it? She's like, no, I didn't. Why would I want that? And she knows she's lying her ass off, but like that specific scene, some people might hate it, but I personally loved it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was unique. I thought it was new and fun. I don't know. That specific scene though, I hope it will make you read that book, because I really did enjoy it. You just gotta go into it thinking a bit more for a YA book, not a like really dark romance with like older characters. I don't know how to say that. Okay, the last book on here is Brutal Intentions by Lilith Vincent. This one is steamy. Okay, it's got a lot of sex scenes in it. It's got a lot of tension, a lot of chemistry. It's a bit of a taboo read. It's age gap, and it follows a stepdad and a stepdaughter. So yeah, taboo. It's super steamy. The hero in this one, he's kind of in the mafia, just like slightly. And also, well, I'm gonna give a special shout out to the next book in the series, which is called Brutal Conquest. Also really steamy, also pretty smutty, also taboo, pretty fun. I liked that one as well. But this one I preferred a bit more. So Brutal Intentions by Lilith Vincent. Definitely give it a shot if you are looking for a smutty read. Slight mafia, great age gap romance, great forbidden romance, great taboo romance, all of the above. There's not too much plot in here. Like I said, it's pretty simple in the mafia. It's pretty simple in their relationship together. It's just filled with a lot of tension, a lot of steam, a lot of chemistry, and I loved it. I couldn't tell you the kink list on here because I don't really remember, but I just remember it was really steamy, it was really smutty, and I really enjoyed it, and it deserves to be on this list. Alright everyone, that is the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I tried really hard to create this list, so I hope I did it justice. Yeah, thank you very much for watching today's video of freyleyce. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you enjoyed my ponytail here. I had curled my hair for a video I filmed a bit earlier, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I kind of want to do something like this, and that part's pissing me off, but I really liked it. It was fun. I love doing this with a ponytail. It just makes me feel like a bad bitch. And yeah, that is the end of today's video. I'll see you in my next video tomorrow for the next day of freyleyce. Thank you very much for watching. All my links are down in the description. You can find my wish list, my Goodreads, my Instagram, my email for brands to reach out to, all of that. Hope you guys are having a great day and happy holidays. See you tomorrow.